All right, we have come up with a very, very unique, creative solutions that I stole, basically. I saw somebody else do it. But I'm going to do a little bit different take on it.
Society.
To begin with, we're going to cut right in this area somewhere here. We're probably not on the weld, but just beyond it, or maybe just above it. And we're going to leave this big end here, which kind of looks bombish, you know? We're going to put it as a chandelier in that room. You got to be careful of these things to make sure that they are out of smell.
I can smell it, yeah.
And a lot of these is a one-way valve. Sometimes you can push it. You can just hear a little bit coming out. We've emptied out the tanks and you sure can smell it. We'll leave this one open, put this cap back on. We'll come out and take these fixtures off of here and this, probably another plug in the bottom. So anyway, we'll clean it out and then we'll put a garden hose in it and fill this thing completely up with water. Put the plug back in the bottom and so it'll be full. So when the guys start to use the grinding wheels or the cutting wheels, they'll cut through about 2 inches away from this thing probably and cut through slowly. As they go through, water will start coming out and actually keep the wheel cool. There's another one. There's one more of these down there. And of course it's a little bit smaller than that one. We're going to do the same thing here. We'll cut this down as well and we might leave one of the round ends on it, grind the whole thing down, cut it off right here, make a chandelier at one end, and the other end take and put up like that as a down by the road, or it's kind of, again, it looks like a bomb, but it'd be very cool to have 2 of those out front to drive through as your front gate. 36-inch trench right here. So it can be utilized in many different formats. So when you're doing that, what safety precautions do you take? I see you have gloves on and glasses.
Gloves
and a belt. No, and you're not wearing your thong here, which is good. I hate it when you parade around downstairs in that.
Got my fireproof pants on.
Fireproof pants.
Wow.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Safely, more than 20 feet away from the highly explosive gas tanks.
Yes, yes, and it could actually ignite here. So, I think they're finished with the sealing. Let's go in to check it out and see what it looks like. But man, does that look beautiful? Whoever thought that the side of a grain bin, grain drill, grain elevator would look like this? Perfect. You know, it's got a few extra holes more than it needs, but for our purposes and matching the color and everything, it just turned out great. Really looks good. In here, kitchen going, huge family room, and then out here, this will all be tiled with the wonderful view. Hopefully the smoke will be cleared most years, but it's all coming together. They say the same thing over and over and over. Pick up the screws. There's screws all over the floor. How much do these cost? You guys know?
Oh, that one's $1.
Yeah, oh, yeah. No, 65 cents.
Oh.
One screw, 65 cents. If you had 65 cents in your hand, would you go like that? Would you just go, oh, here's 65 cents? No, you wouldn't do that. There's no way you would do that. And like my grandfather said, Gramps, may he rest in peace, if you take care of the pennies, little things, the dollar will take care of itself. You know, and as he was talking to me, he lived in actually like an old school bus. Where do you start the cut? Will we start the cut from here?
I think this little line right there.
For some reason, some people say to start a small cut down there so it's a slow leak in it, so the water's actually dropping. I don't know. I don't know what that would be, or maybe it lets the trash out at the bottom. So we may cut a little bit down here first, where we know we're deeply into the water, and we'll start letting it run out, and then start probably right here all the way around. Lots of cutting.
We always need what? New cutting wheels?
Yeah, cutting wheels.
And he never gets them?
I guess not.
Dean never gets them?
No, he doesn't.
It's a conflict. Oh, I see water. I see water.
I see water.
I see land.
France. I see your
Mama's.
unders. Anyway. I was kind of letting it bounce. Here, you do it.
No, you gotta cut it to where you just barely get through.
Worn out. Anyway. They all went to a meeting tonight, and I've got some other work to do, but I thought it'd be a good time to catch up. Good to get a little bit of quiet time here. So things are still moving kind of fast, and kind of a creative process putting the interior of this thing together. So it just kind of happens, rolls you over a little bit, and of course I have my regular work too that I spend time on daily, and so it can get a little full. But Reed seems to be holding up this summer. I know he can get a little depressed from time to time, but he looks like he's in good spirits and glad to be here and all that sort of stuff. The other guys were really just working on step work and digging in, and both of them are doing the heavy lifting. So, they should be very proud of themselves and, looking forward to changes when they come, And life has a way of coming at you and forcing you to grow up when you least expect it. And, or at least that's been my case anyway. But, anyway, give them a little bit of a reprieve to be out here, work on themselves, work on the steps, and get to know some other guys in recovery and people that are clean and sober, living a full, active life. And it can be done. Life is not over. And you can actually use your brokenness to build the foundation upon, because you're forced to learn a lot more about yourself, and you see things that some other people don't see, and that really turns out to be a powerful concrete foundation going forward.
I'm entering into a new way of life. Now let me talk to you about AAA, not the battery. AAA. Awareness, acceptance, then action. So if we're talking about any sort of transformation, what I have found to be true is it's a 3-part. It's a BOGO +1, baby. It's a 3-parter. Awareness, acceptance, and action. Now, here's what happens to most humans who are trying to transform their life, trying to change a behavior, a pattern in their life that they no longer like. Could be anything. They become aware of this pattern and its destructive influence on their life. It stops being everything it was sold out to be. And it starts to be kind of like, I don't really like this no more. And you start noticing it. Awareness. This pattern's no longer doing what it used to do. It's now creating more pain than it did in the beginning. Or it just ain't useful. Or where I'm trying to go, this behavior and this pattern is not going to line up with where I'm trying to go, who I'm trying to be, where I'm trying to get. And so I want to change it. But first you have to become aware of it. You cannot heal what you don't reveal. So you become aware. And what most people do is they go from awareness and they go right to action. So, I become aware of this pattern and behavior that I don't like, that's no longer serving me or is not going to be useful for where I'm trying to go. And so let me get rid of it. Let me go right to action. And what we haven't done is accepted. Awareness, acceptance, action. We haven't accepted that this pattern, this behavior, this character defect, this shortcoming, it is what it is, and it's there. So what happens when you skip acceptance and you go right to action? Well, what you resist persists. Acceptance brings you to peace. It takes you and your judgment over this thing that exists in your life out. After acceptance, then you take action. Now the action is building on new. It's a tilling of the soil. It's a replanting and a rebirth and a regrowing of the new patterns and the new behaviors and the new character assets. So we have to accept that these things were there for some reason. We have to honor them. So awareness, acceptance, and then action. And in this step 7, the action is higher source, higher authority, whatever it is you are, she is. Will you remove this shortcoming so that I could be useful?
Looking for items that we can use for wall art up there. Old stuff from the bunker. And got a couple things now, but I'm hoping to come across a few more. I think we should start running a pool.
There's Barry.
There's Harry.
There's Barry. Oh, it's overflowing.
Dude, you know where the big room is? I thought last time I saw him was out here.
Yeah, it's over by holding down his canvas on his thing.
Creating a small little flood. All right, that mountain.
Great.
About 2 hours, this one will be full.
Yeah.
Trying to understand, like I'd mentioned earlier, with just what is my locus of control? Like, what can I do that can help others and help myself? And then not trying to overstep that, and not trying to worry about other things, like all these other craziness that's happening in the world. Try not to just dwell on that and dwell on things that are outside of my control that could potentially impact me negatively, emotionally. But just focusing on what's in front of me and what I can do and what I can do positively for myself and other people.
I think also it's important to not try and control the process, but trust it. Like, change isn't gonna happen overnight. I mean, I'm still doing individual therapy today and hashing out old things from my past, and I probably will continue to do that for the rest of my life. So yeah, it's human nature to want to control the process, and to want what we want when we want it, and when we want it is typically right now, right? So instant gratification is a huge thing, and I know that's not like, this is a battle for life. I mean, the disease it's that powerful, and it's that much of a beast that you gotta trust the process. And I tell guys all the time not to think in terms of the rest of your life having to battle this disease, because that can be very daunting, I think, and scary. But as they say, take it day by day.
There's really nothing you can't do. That's what I believe. So self-knowledge is a powerful thing. But boy, am I grateful. What a wonderful life I've gotten to lead these past for years, but particularly being out here in Montana, hanging out with the guys, using my creative juices on projects, and also helping young guys, not all young guys get sober. And to me, there is no higher calling. Some get it, some don't. And the ones that do, you know, like they say, there's a full life ahead of you. So, still at the bunker. Anyway, that's it. We're moving forward. Very exciting. We right now, tonight I guess, we're putting in our application for a film festival. So here in Montana, we showed it to the people that run it, and when they got it, they said, wow, this is a little more evolved than I was really planning on seeing. She said, I'm certain that you'll be part of it. You'll be accepted into it. So that one and the LA Film Festival and a few other things, we're putting our little 15-minute movie in to see what happens. It's kind of exciting. Maybe we can do some more projects and help some more guys get sober.
Montana Society.